Thank you so much for making Locked On Auburn your first listen every single day. Daryl, I mean, it's tricky almost to figure out where you want to start with this because so many people are mad and angry about so many different things. Whether it's Auburn claiming the national titles, I got asked yesterday about something that happened 2 weeks ago with Hugh Freeze being animated, throwing the visor down to Jackson Arnold, or the answer about the quarterbacks, which we'll dive more into in a little bit. But there's just Cam's number being retired. I mean, there's just so many things that people just want to be mad at. And a lot of it's outside of Auburn directed in. And man, we need to play some football, Daryl Dappridge.
Thought about this for a long time. I think when you're inside the Auburn bubble and you're inside the vacuum, it's easy to kind of feel a little bit battered or defensive or picked on. Why is this going on? Why is it always Auburn? But I think there's a real issue. And I'll give you an example. I was on a radio show yesterday morning and for 15 minutes and every question was negative. Every question was negative. And I love the guys I'm not trying to call them out. When we get done, the last question was, why do you think Auburn for years has always had these kind of controversies? I said, because people keep asking questions over and over like you just did and don't talk about Cam's number getting retired or any of the positive things, or we're 10 days away from kickoff.
Right.
I think what happens is Auburn University could come out with a cure for cancer and there would be a group of people that would complain that the lab coats were dirty. I mean, that's just how stupid and petty.
What's the other one you said earlier?
Well, this is true that Auburn University could hand out bags of gold to everybody and people would complain how heavy it is. So there is and I'm talking about, it's not just the outside people. It is people that are losing their minds over a statement that Hugh Freeze makes that to me is absolutely playing mind games. Now, look, you and I have talked about this. Sometimes Auburn's its own worst enemy. They don't say the right things. They do things from a PR standpoint where you shake your head. Sometimes too much transparency. I wish Auburn would not answer questions and clam up a little bit. But to answer that question and say, yeah, all three will play, immediately the Baylor defensive coordinator has to prepare for three quarterbacks maybe. And I guarantee you the Baylor defensive coordinator is like, that's bull crap. He's playing mind games. He ain't playing three quarterbacks. He's trying to screw with our mind. Just think.
But in the back of his mind, maybe he's like, hanging out with his kids at night, or maybe he's like going down, to sleep and he's like, should I watch Ashton Daniels Stanford tape? I guess I probably should. Well, I guess I should spend a little bit of time on it. Why not?
Yeah. And again, that's what any defensive coordinator understands when somebody is bluffing or they're throwing out there to play the mind games. It's the same thing that people used to do for years and years. And they'll say, hey, we think so-and-so might be playing Saturday. He's looking good. He's getting ready. He's overcoming that injury. And then he doesn't play. But you're doing that so that the coach has to prepare for that player. Just don't overreact. People are looking for things to go crazy about. This national championship thing, full disclosure, you've known me for a while now. I have a real problem with hypocrisy. I hate double standards. I hate So I would be a hypocrite if I came on here and told you that I was all for all these national championships getting claimed. I'm being honest. And it may upset some of our fan base, but I can't be who I'm not. I used to make fun of Alabama for claiming all those national titles, the one that the laundromat gave them in 1936, true story. And I'm going, so how can I turn around and make fun of a school for doing it and then be excited when Auburn does it? But on the flip side of that, how can Alabama fans in this current time?
That's the one that's driving me crazy.
Make fun
I've had
of
so
Auburn.
many killer tweets written back out. And I'm like, I'm just not doing it.
It goes both ways. The hypocrisy goes both ways. In 1983, and I only use Alabama as an example because it's the one that is most prevalent. In 1983, go back and look at Alabama's media guide. It claimed 6 national titles in their media guide. In 1984, it jumped to 11. It's amazing how you can win 5 national championships in 1 year.
Well, we kind of did
Alabama
it.
fans are losing their minds and melting in Tuscaloosa because Auburn claimed them kind of like overnight. Well, I mean, look, it's no different. That's why I can't really get on board. Do I feel like maybe this should have been done earlier, or they had a claim for it? Yeah, but they didn't. In the poll era, it wasn't given to them. But for a fan base to dump on Auburn for doing it when you claimed one, like I said, when you went 8-4, is ironic and hypocritical. And I can't go to that I can't go to that same level.
I understand.
But so I'm not trying to waffle. I'm just saying I'm not for it because I wasn't for it 10 years ago when I joked on my Alabama friends and said that's just stupid. So here I can't flip the switch, and that's not genuine. But I also think they need to remember how they acted about it when people came after them for claiming national titles, right? And here's the last point I'll make real quick.
Are you moving away from the Natty thing? I want to say on the Natty thing just for a second.
Yeah, go ahead with the Natty thing.
I think whether you agree with it or not, I think most people who watch this will agree. I think doesn't matter. But this is another instance of, I think, Cohen saying, like, I really don't care. I'm going to do what I think is best for Auburn. And I think that's something that, like, isn't enough of the part of the discussion for the pro Auburn crowd. Is I think this is another really solid example of leadership for John Cohen.
I think that's a great point, and I'm glad you said it because I would have forgot my other point on this. People are too worried about what other fan bases think about Auburn.
Yes,
Auburn is Auburn. Screw what they think. You don't need their permission.
Yes,
you don't need their approval or their validation. If you want to do it, you do it, and don't worry about what other fan bases think. You don't need their stamp of approval. Okay.
Correct.
I see people, and I'm not going to mention names, national media members dogging Auburn for retiring Cam Newton's number and throw the $180,000 dig out there. Best quarterback money can buy. From a national media person who pulls for a team that stuffed cash in McDonald's bags and gave them to, you know who it is.
Got it.
So, okay, that's hypocritical. Or another national media guy that pulls for a team that its players are trying out for Fast and Furious 12. They get so many speeding tickets.
Georgia.
So all I'm asking for the love of God is just be consistent and not so hypocritical. That's all.
There you go. Are you mad all the time? Let us know. Let us know in the comments down below.